So this is my I think 61st video. I'm gonna continue to make videos when it comes to things that kind of shows the level of manipulation that they can really force you to have. I'm listening to these people and they start using this lower tone. When they try to use their sensibility tone, it means that they have done something so idiotic. They force you to think in a way that is beyond idiotic, and they just start talking in a certain way. Oh, you're smart. Oh, there he is. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really bad. It's really like it's so irrationally on the spectrum. So they have these ways to make you feel different chemical reactions of your brain, right? And there's times when, for me, for example, there's a few things they've done where at one point I felt like I need to take something to kind of relax my brain. Uh, do you know, like, sometime when you get like this extreme anxiety kind of feeling where, like, for example, you're late, right? Let me give you a scenario where I felt something that is similar but it's not as extreme. You're late and you're looking for your keys and you have a timeline and it's like, oh my gosh, oh my, like you start like looking around, you get these stimulations and a little bit of a arousal, a little bit of it. It's just like because of the anxiety. But what they're doing is they give me like a version of that but a little bit more extreme. And it's something I also relate to, like extreme caffeine, like a lot of caffeine. So they do these things with my brain chemical, and I try to kind of figure where like this kind of feelings are comparable to what they're comparable to. Obviously, these are just a small portion of how that can compare it to. But the thing is, they control those brain chemicals, right? They control these ways of feeling. So these ways of that can create arousals, they can control them, and you understand they will do those to make you feel a certain way toward children, and they've done it many times. They give me these weird, disgusting stimulations. Sometimes when I'm like around children, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting and so annoying, and it's a mixture of like this sexual stimulation that they force you to have, but it's cranked up. So what they would do, right? They would do that when there's a child around me. It's so disgusting. Obviously, naturally, this would not happen. I would not have that thing happen, right? But their job is to make me experience pedophilia as stimulations. So they make me have this, right? Which is them playing with your brain chemicals in these ways. But they're like, but you felt this way. You felt anxious, like you felt this anxiety feeling once before, right? So there is, right? What? Yes, I felt anxieties when I was looking for something. I was late and I had to do this. I felt that. Like you felt it. We all felt this anxiety feelings at one point when things, we have to rush and things, and you get like a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of stimulations. But I never experienced this when a child comes and then feeling this way. And it's not even feeling this way. This is just a small part. They crank it up. It's like, wow. I can only compare it to that, a small version of that, a small uh, portion of it. Like, not a small portion, but like a small version of it. Meaning it's like, it's not at that level. They do this but with like times 20. So you get like this explosive, disturbing stimulations, and there's one children around. And what happens is you also anger because one time what they've done, especially I hate it when they do it, they'll make these kids come toward me, and they will give me this stimulation and like, kids, get the f away from me, please, because they're doing these things. So I'll get angry. But I'm angry because they're making me have this stimulation, and they're telling this kid, go play, go over there. Can you imagine? And I'm like, get away from kids, get away, please, because they're doing these disgusting things. It's so disgusting. Please get away. It's so annoying. It's so disgusting, because I'm getting this nasty experience they're making me have, and they have these parents saying, go play. And they're like, oh, you see, you're angry. Have you ever been angry this way? No, I'm angry because you're making me feel this nasty experience. And this kid is coming toward me when they're making me experience these disgusting things. And it's disgusting and I hate it. And that's why I almost detest children. It's like, get away from me. If I was normal and a kid comes to me, I'll play, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, they don't understand this. It's like, no, I'll be like, hey, what's up? High five. I'll play with the, like, I'll do something funny. He's like, hey, what's up, man? But now it's like, get away from me. It's disgusting. But like, oh, so this anxiety, have you ever felt like frustrated towards somebody? And then they give me a scenario. It's so disgusting. Because I've said, for example, if you lose your key somewhere and like you have to be on time or something, like you get like a little bit of stimulations, right? Because of the anxiety, they kind of crank up a little bit of of some arousal, a little bit, right? It's not much, but it just gives you a little bit, and you just look around, and they're like, okay, what if here, and they give you this weird scenario, and to them it's proof, huh? But what if, okay, you were a father, right? And you have to drop your child, right, to the daycare or something, your little girl, right? And she makes you like late and you have to bring, would you feel the stimulation? And would you feel this? Jesus. And they make you feel these things. And you see, that's proof. No, you're making me feel this way. I will not feel this disturbing stimulation. Would I feel anxiety? Yes, absolutely. I will not feel this sexual arousals. These people are disgusting. And they're like, no, that's proof. Because they can make me have this scenario and then it can make me experience what I'm feeling with this scenario. As if I'm going to be like, no, I can't. I'm going to have a normal experience of that. No, you're going to make this scenario fit the way you want it to fit, which is going to equate to having sexual stimulations. They have no shame. That's proof. These are people filled with pedophiles. These people are filled with pedophiles, and they want you to see, that's proof. Like, yeah, if you're going to be late to drop your daughter to the daycare, and because you get this anxiety, it's not even anxiety, but because anxiety sometimes, when you're late, you want to rush, you get like a little bit of an anxiety, you're going to get some sexual stimulation, then you will have those sexual stimulation, and that's proof that this is what it sounds like. And they start talking in a sensible way. He's like, you proved it. We proved it. You see? Leave. I'm not even trying to mock. That's what they say. Leave. They believe us. Jesus. This is how stupid they have to force me to be. Do you understand? This is how idiotic these people are. And they use these childlike people. And even hear some other people burn. I rather burn. You are not going to make me subscribe to these disturbing pedophilia things that you do to people. Yes, you can play with my brain chemical and give me very strong, disturbing stimulation. Very strong, disgusting stimulation. And the only thing I can relate that is to is like extreme caffeinated, extreme caffeinated that I can only even like compare to maybe like a pre-workout type of level, but you add up stimulation that you control very well. And then I'm trying to say, when would I feel like a little bit of like anxiety kind of way? It's like, okay, what if, let's just say I was looking for keys and I'm in a rush, I need to look at it, and I'm getting like, when you get a little bit of stimulation. It's normal because this anxiety is driving a little bit of stimulation. But they're trying to give like a scenario where this will include a child. And this scenario is non-existent. So they like, okay, if you had oh my gosh, ACC, we're protecting kids. We're protecting kids, you see? To them, it's just like, we proved it. You see, we're protected. Who have that? It's like, of course, one, I will not have sexual stimulations. And it's not this. What you're making me feel is pure. I truly feel things in my private area. They have rewired my brain. And then try to make me have these weird scenarios that are nonsensical. That are non-existent. They've been working on this. And then they use these tone of voices. That's why they live in a reality that they've just manipulated themselves. Does it make sense? You are making me feel stimulation toward children every day. I'm not even, there's nothing, like there's a child coming my way, there's going to be sexual stimulation. So you are going to create a scenario in my head where there's not going to be any sexual stimulation toward a child. These people are delusional. Is it as if I forgot just how pedophilia-centric these people are? And they're like, no, you're going to lose. Yes, I'm already losing with this nonsensicalness. You make me feel stimulation toward children. And now you're going to give me, okay, just imagine this, right? Forget that we just force you to get these disturbing stimulations, right? This is how they, like in my brain, it goes, forget we just force you to get sexual stimulation toward children every time. But just ignore that part for this scenario we're going to present to you. Okay, you're late. You have to drop your kid into daycare, right? Your little girl, right? She's making things be late. They make me imagine some disgusting things. And so you're frustrated. You're feeling, would you feel the sexual stimulation? Oh my God. So of course it's going to go this sexual disturbing way you're going to. And they make me imagine all these things. Then try to make me think of me as a kid. Can you imagine? It's just so nonsensical. And like, no, we dared. No, that's why you guys are filled with pedophiles. It's just so stupid. If I told you how they were making me think, because they're like bringing, like when I'm like younger, right? I'm like super frustrated. It's my thing, bro. And they try to make me think the same way, like now with this weird scenario. This is how illogical things are getting. And they have no shame. I was like, they are. This is that. That's why I make reality check. This is why I make videos. To all target individuals, they will be this illogical. They will really try to make you accept this. They will make you, they'll be this illogical. And then they will tell you how they're going to be torturing you. And that is supposed to bring logic to this. These people who force you to get stimulated toward children all the time are giving you scenarios where they, of course, you're going to. Imagine this scenario every day. I'm going to the store. And look, it comes, I guess, disgusting stimulation. And these people who do these things, they force you to have this disgusting stimulation. I try to bring up a scenario in your head to see if how you will react to things. And they're like, oh, it's war. No, it's not war. It's research and development, where you're trying to rewire somebody and make them accept this nonsensicalness. They have no shame. And I'm a subject in this thing, and you are the disturbing lowlife who's working this program, who try to make somebody accept these disgusting ways. And you try to tell yourself you're a war because you're in a human experimentation that manipulate people to think in these disturbing ways. They have no shame. And my brain is like, oh my gosh, yes, you felt this feeling of like extra caffeinated. What if this will happen and those children, like, you know how many times I've been caffeinated and walking and never felt any of these nasty things. What they do is they can aim these feelings that the brain chemicals, and just use these brain chemicals and stimulate it and aim toward children. Like somebody said, it's so disgusting. It's nasty. And so now they're like, oh, we see, but you felt over caffeinated, so you see that brain chemical. You see, they are, you felt it. It's like, yes, because when you drink coffee, when you drink caffeine, some of these chemicals are the same one that are being triggered. You can control everything in my brain. You can create all kind of stimulation. So that's why every once in a while, what they do is like, oh, you felt this feeling. This feeling can be triggered by a lot, like pre-workout. You've had pre-workout. So you have like extra caffeine. Yeah, but they use this thing and aim it to whatever they want. Children, whatever person, anything. They can control that, and they make you imagine that happening. This is what they do, and you got to understand. They want you to lose your mind, but put things in perspective. So when you see them, it's like, look at these investigators. They want you low-life pedophiles that are doing everything possible to make you accept this pedophilia type of torture, random and filled with pedophiles. And then they walk around you. I'm like supposed to look at it. Did you see the logic? Did you understand how retarded, how stupid this sounded? You, who've been doing this pedophilia type of torture, try to make me think of a scenario of some sort where I'm supposed to think that you're not going to implant sexual stimulations or some kind of sexual stimulation to our children? Yeah. To all my target individuals, be strong. They have people who have no shame. When you hear them, I know it's going to be very bad when I hear them talk. And when they start talking in a sensible way, because they try to compensate for the illogicalness of everything. They think that, oh, if I speak like that, leave. It's too much, you leave. Leave. Save yourself. You have too much. It's just, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad because and then they compensate, they're going to wait for you. They're like, yes, but this is the most illogical things. Do you understand? You guys who've been doing disgusting pedophilia things and try to make me subscribe to it, and then you try to make me imagine these weird scenarios that make no sense. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to make me feel, oh, actually nothing is... You who've been making me feel disturbing stimulation all the time. Every time I'm thinking about a woman putting a child in my head. And also, they give you these things, these scenarios where they're going to implant these things. These people are not here to analyze you. They are here to make you subscribe to these pedophilia things they do to you. Of course, you will not have these stimulations. Of course, in any of those scenarios they've created, no, it's what you guys do. This is what's happening to me today. Anytime there's a child, you're going to make me feel some kind of disturbing ways. So now you're trying to create this weird fucking scenarios where, like when you get anxiety, sometimes you can get like a little bit of, like it's a stimulation, but if that stimulation was, and then it will not be aimed toward a child. It will not be even a stimulation of that nature. You are making this stimulation turn into this kind of stimulations. You'll be, like the arousals are turning into, everything is being rewired toward children. That's why you're training my brain. And now when you give me these scenarios, it's what you're going to do. And then you try to talk, oh, Bob, remember when you were a kid? Oh, my God. This is what they do. So to all my target individuals, do not subscribe to any of this. It's nonsensical. These people's job is to make you accept these pedophilia things they do to you. Don't forget. They're not here to try to make you accept, to make you see how you would be. No. They want you to accept these pedophilia things. And they're going to warn you of the horrible things that's going to happen to you and say, okay, whatever's going to happen to me, I've never subscribed to this, and this is how illogical it was. And you guys work day in and day out to try to make me accept this. Death comes to all of us. I'd rather get burned alive than live the nasty life that you guys live. Nonsensicalness, disgusting, and foul. So stay strong, target individual, and know that you're dignified.